All right, everybody, I'm Jim Leadis. I'm not a CPA, but Logan Allec is. Guys, the stimulus beef is back. This time with Logan Allec, Wrubel, Jimmy Michalek, and Hustle Bish. This is your stimulus beef package phase 3 update. If you've been following along lately, there's been a lot of beef going down on the YouTube platform with these stimulus packages. Phase 1 occurred on May 2nd regarding Brian Jung, Meet Kevin, and Clear Value Tax. Phase 2 happened 2 weeks later on May 19th with some serious heavy beef going down between Meet Kevin and Clear Value Tax. Then, just a few days later, there was phase 2.5 with Clear Value Tax and Graham Stephan. And now, here we are at the second week of June with phase 3 of the stimulus beef package. A lot of you guys watching this probably know of Logan Allec, the CPA. Now, one of the things Logan is most notorious for is calling out the stimulus clickbaiters. He has good reason to do so, though. And Logan Allec is the guy who does his thorough research, comes up with his own information, and offers extremely valuable, honest content. And he's not one to really abuse the platform like other stimulus check reporters. And just to be clear here, guys, I do not dislike anybody on this platform. Whether it's right, whether it's wrong, I don't really care. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion, and that is the beauty of such a platform like YouTube. However, I do find it very entertaining to take the time and talk about it with you. So with that said, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. It really helps out my channel. All it takes is a quick second to hit that button and make it turn blue. But anyway, Logan Allec usually mentions the stimulus clickbaiters in almost every video, especially Meet Kevin. However, this time it seems as the clickbaiting is going a little bit too far.
I saw some of the most egregious clickbait that I have seen thus far on YouTube regarding recurring monthly stimulus checks. Michael Wrubel, who seems to be the king of this new generation of stimulus check YouTubers, released a video called New Update, Just In, Retroactive $2,000 a month stimulus check package. It's a complete lie. He's a complete fraud. Okay, that is complete BS. Next up, Jimmy Michalek basically just copies him almost word for word. New update, Just In, retroactive $2,000 a month second stimulus check. And then look at this guy, Hustle Bish. New update, Just In, retroactive $2,000 a month stimulus check recurring package. It's like, oh, you guys are real creative, these last two, right? They obviously just saw Michael Wrubel's clickbait and they copied him. They're a whole bunch of scammers. I mean, can you believe this?
What is going on with this? Everyone's copying one guy's title because of his success on a video? Where is the originality here? On one hand, it's like you can't really blame them for doing so because what Michael is doing is working really well. However, it seems like they're just blindly going into it. I mean, let's be honest, we're all guilty of it to one degree or another, right? We see somebody's content that inspires us and we kind of copy it, but over time, you form it into your own shape, you know what I mean? This sort of thing could definitely be overdone, and if it is overdone, then it could have a very negative impact on your channel. But this is nothing new, it's been going on forever, but right now, it seems like it's going a little bit too far, and like Logan said, it's kind of more like a scam.
And here's what he puts in the title. He said, Congress just announced $2,400 a month stimulus check response and giveaway. Oh my stars, Congress just announced a $2,400 a month stimulus check. This is sick. Michael Wrubel, you're sick. You disgust me, you freaking little...
This really reminds me of one of those like scam videos out there that you see online on how to make money. You know, the ones that go, how to make money online fast, for free, legit, working 2020. It's practically like they're begging you just to watch their videos. And Logan goes on to say that this information isn't even true. It's going way beyond just the clickbait stuff. They're giving false information. Now let's take a look at Michael Wrubel, okay? It seems like he's the up-and-coming stimulus check updater as he's releasing about 3 videos every single day regarding the stimulus check. Does that sound familiar? Now, Michael's channel is doing extremely well. I first stumbled upon him about a month ago. He had like 40,000 subscribers, and now he's up to 120,000 subscribers. So he's definitely doing good, and if you look at his videos, each video gets a few 100,000 views or even 1 million or 2 million views. But the fact of the matter is there really isn't that much going on to have this much content out about one specific thing. There seriously is just not enough to talk about. How do I know this? Well, I make these stimulus check updates as well, okay? I read all the news articles. I keep up with everything too. I don't do this 3 times a day, not even once a day, probably 2 to 3 times a week at most. There's simply just not enough content and information floating around there to talk about it 3 times a day. And I'm sure Logan Allec would back me up on that.
Well, Jim, if that's the case, then why are these channels getting so many views?
Great question, glad you asked. See, the deal here is, guys, these people watching these videos They really want this money. They need this money. They're desperate for it. You're giving up their hopes by offering them fake information. Clickbaiting into these videos that are meaningless, and the end of it is just taking advantage of them. Take a look at this post that Logan Allec put up in the community tab, directly calling out Michael and other stimulus clickbaiters. Thomas comments below, "Is this true or not? People like me need help. My husband died of the Rona, and I have the Rona, back and forth, and nothing." The thing is, with Michael's videos, he never really clarifies the probability of these things coming to be true. However, sometimes things are too good to be true. And one thing Michael lacks on his channel is being honest with his viewers and straight up and forward the likelihood of these things being true or not. You know, if they are too good to be true. He never really makes it clear that this is just a proposal, guys. Don't get overexcited. Don't get your hopes up. We don't really know this and that. You know what I mean? He never says this probably won't happen. He just presents it up there and it leads people on. Now, in a sense, I get what Michael's doing. He's just taking the information and throwing it up there and then leaving people to form their own opinions, which is totally fine. And if he doesn't want to choose a side or give his own opinion, that's perfectly fine. The problem is the way he's presenting that is a little bit misleading sometimes, and it's leading people on a little too much. Let me tell you something though. There is nothing more that Logan hates than stimulus clickbaiters. We've seen him get fired up in the past with Meet Kevin. Check out his response to Michael Wrubel.
And for you to say that Congress just announced a $2,400 a month stimulus check is complete bull. And you know it, you little punk-faced kid. It's a lie. It's not true. What is he talking about? He's basically talking the whole time about a CBO report of extending the $600 weekly FPUC. That's the $2,400 stimulus check he's talking about, because $600 times 4 weeks a month is $2,400. Okay. Then he quotes Chuck Grassley, who said, "As we begin to I mean, does that sound like a call for a $2,400 monthly stimulus to you? You can't just say that Congress just announced $2,400 a month stimulus check. There's nothing in your stupid video that says anything about Congress just announcing a $2,400 a month stimulus check. Okay, that's a complete lie. You're a complete fraud. All right."
Liar and a fraud. Oh, and on top of that, he's also a master of stimulus clickbaiting, which we've seen in the past before, right? Like with Meet Kevin. Where is he, by the way, in all this? I was honestly shocked for Meet Kevin to only make a brief appearance in Logan's video, as Meet Kevin is usually the star of the show. Logan says Kevin does clickbait a lot, but at least he has a framework to work off of, rather than these other stimulus clickbaiters to just copy other stimulus clickbaiters. It's like the blind leading the blind. Logan then calls out Jimmy Michalek, who basically copies Michael Wrubel's videos, like down from the title down to the information. However, according to Logan, the only difference is Jimmy not only releases his video an entire day after Michael releases it with day-old information and claiming it to be breaking news and just in, but he ends up screwing up simple facts.
In this video, he says, and I quote, "There's 40 million people unemployed," and then he compares that to the 15 million unemployed during the Great Depression.
And I mean, how could you not think we don't need a second stimulus package? There's 40 million people unemployed, and there's millions more still filing every week.
No, Jimmy, I suggest that before you spout off your ignorance, you take the time to learn things, okay? Just because over 40 million Americans have filed jobless claims does not mean there are currently 40 million Americans unemployed, because many of those Americans have gone back to work since filing their initial jobless claim. Please watch for your education, Jimmy.
Valid point, Logan. Just because there have been a total of 40 million plus jobless claims filed since the beginning of this whole thing does not mean that there's 40 million people on unemployment. And to be honest with you, that's something that I've kind of messed up in my past videos, but it's something I'm definitely going to take in consideration from here on out.
You have to spend at least 60% of the stimulus package on payroll for employees, and this extends it up to June 30th. They have a June 30th deadline to rehire workers.
Wrong. With the PPP Flex Act being enacted, that June 30th deadline is extended to December 31st, buddy.
Okay, I think in this scenario, Jimmy just kind of read this wrong and misinterpreted it. It says the proposal would extend a June 30th deadline, and the way Jimmy read it was that it's going to extend the deadline to June 30th. But in reality, it's extending the June 30th deadline until December. So you have Michael Wrubel, the king of the stimulus clickbait, right there next to Meet Kevin, and then you got everybody else who just kind of follows behind them. And actually, the only one that Logan Allec did not really get too into here is the Hustle Bish. But honestly, guys, in a way, you can't really blame them for copying this clickbait stuff, because it's proving to work, right? They're getting the views and they're getting the subscribers. Now, is it the right thing to do to clickbait like this and get people's hopes up? Well, I guess that depends on your morals. but probably not, right? But honestly, if you're gonna copy anybody, why aren't you copying Logan Allec? I mean, I get it. You guys want the clickbait, you want the views, you want the subscribers. It all makes sense. And honestly, it's a tremendous time to be successful and grow on YouTube right now. I mean, channels are just blowing up left and right, except for Logan Allec. His channel is growing, don't get me wrong, but it's not exploding. Why? Because he's not clickbaiting, he's not misleading people, he's not making things sound way better than it actually is, he's actually giving people real information. And for whatever reason, us as humans like to gravitate towards things that are just seem too good to be true because, you know, because we want them to be true, right? Now, how will Logan's channel succeed with all this? How does he keep up with this competition? Where Logan is going to succeed in this is at the end of this crisis, when the stimulus is no longer a thing. Because Logan is offering information and is building up a base of valued subscribers who are very loyal to him and want to listen to him for real content and real information. Versus everybody else out there just kind of following these big dogs out there because of their clickbait success. Logan ends his video sending a message to YouTube saying how they need to pay more attention to regulating clickbait on the YouTube platform.
If anyone on YouTube is watching this, anyone from YouTube or who works for YouTube, okay, please, I urge you, do a better job of reining in financial misinformation. YouTube, please, okay, reward those who create good, accurate, non-clickbaity content and demonetize those who create misleading content. All right.
Now, Logan does have a really good point here. I mean, clickbaiting in the financial world, it could be very dangerous sometimes, especially when people are in desperate need of money and you're kind of promising them that they're gonna get a $2,400 check when that's not the case. However, at the same time, Logan, this platform is based off of clickbait. At the end of the day, it's all about clicks and views and watch time because more clicks and more views means more ads mean more money. Thus, the more money YouTube makes. YouTube tends to like this in most cases if it's not being abused and overpowered. And again, channels are built off of this tool. But not to worry, Logan, clickbaiting comes with its own severe consequences, especially in this type of scenario. Sure, these channels are growing tremendously, right? But what happens when this crisis is over? What happens when the stimulus is no longer a thing to talk about anymore? After a channel has gathered tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people to tune in to you, hearing you talking about the stimulus check every single day, what happens when that disappears? You'll see, Logan, they'll get what's coming. I have a feeling it's gonna be bad for a lot of channels out there. But that is my videos for later on in the week, so definitely wanna go subscribe right now and hit the bell notification. This way you don't miss out when I post that. Well guys, that wraps up your stimulus beef package phase 3 update. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. Are you a Logan Allec fan? Are you a Michael Wrubel fan? Or are you a Jim Litas fan? I would say if you're not by now, then you probably definitely should be. So go ahead and hit that little red rectangle down there in the corner. And don't forget guys, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. It does greatly help out my channel and I love your support. I wish you all the very best regarding your health and your safety. And if you're still waiting on financial support, I do hope it comes your way soon. Just hang in there, be patient and stay strong. Thanks for watching everybody. I'm Jim Litas and I hope to see you on the next one.